Hello everybody and welcome to Raising Vibrations, and you're with Simon today, and I'm excited to be doing the next month's forecast for everyone, and just basically going to be sharing some of my thoughts and perspective on the upcoming transits, and just giving us a little bit more heads up in terms of what to look out for, how to integrate, and just basically navigate the energy that's coming our way in a way that's less bumpy than what it would be if we were a little bit more unconscious to it. Now, before I go ahead and jump into that, there's a couple of things that I just want to share quickly. Firstly, in the comments below, I really would like it for you to share a little bit about how your last month was, okay? And just kind of, I'm always excited to read the types of experiences that you might have had during your transit. And just an overall, if you feel like if you would like to share, it's not something you have to absolutely do, but I'm always excited to just hear what you guys have to say in terms of your own experience, and maybe it gives a sense of objectivity around how your own transits were occurring. Okay. Another thing that I wanted to talk about was, after doing the first series of forecasts, a lot of souls wrote to me, a lot of people wrote to me, whether in the comments or private email, etc., just asking, should I watch the rising sign? Now, I know suggest that. I would say that that would also complicate things as well. So if you're really sensitive to your psyche and you really are aware of the dynamics that are taking place for you, then watching your rising sign, so in my case it's Aquarius, I would watch Aquarius and I would watch Scorpio, right? Sun sign Scorpio, rising sign Aquarius. And then finally, I just wanted to let everybody know, on the 8th of January 2017, yes, that is the new year for us who are following the Gregorian calendar, I'm having a webinar, okay? And in the description below is a link to book your place. And the webinar is basically a forecast for the year ahead. And I'll be hosting that for anybody that wishes to join. And just basically talking about the year ahead, looking at the types of dynamics that are going to be taking place, certain transits, etc. And there'll be a questions and answers after that as well. So I'm really excited to be holding that space, and I'm going to put a lot of effort into creating a very nice visual experience for you. So if you want to experience that, like I said, in the description below is a link, and you can go ahead and book your place, okay? All right, everyone. So with that being said, let's jump straight into our sun sign videos and have fun. Hi, my Aquarius friends, and welcome to the sun sign forecast for 2017 January. And I hope you're well. So I'm just going to get straight into this for you. The chart you're looking at currently at the moment is the one that was drawn on the 2nd of January. As it stands right now, Pluto and the Sun are, as you can see in your astrology chart, making a connection, okay? And for me, I feel like a lot of January is going to be about what this symbolizes, as well as some other symbols that are taking place in the chart. But for this solar month, okay, since the 21st of January, 21st of December, up until the 19th of January, the Sun has been transiting the constellation Capricorn. And for you, that is your solar 12th house, okay? Which means that primarily for this month and, the latter part of last month, there's really been this need to retreat, this need to move back into your subconscious, to want to kind of spend this month really just in hibernation, generally wanting to do more of the introspective experience than out and about socializing, being out there in the world, just being, express. So the point of the 12th house, or the solar 12th house, is really to bring your energy back to your center and to create or to experience a more subtle, calm state. Okay. It's like a healing energy. The 12th house in itself has got a strong connection towards the parasympathetic nervous system. And so this is a point where the nerve in the body, or the nerve center in the body, the electrical system in the body, really just wants to be pampered, wants to not have extreme experiences trigger adrenaline and such. It really wants to just retreat and come back into the self. So This is very much about completion, very much about surrender, very much about letting go, very much about ending off and just retreating and hibernating and kind of reflecting back, right? Because of course, on the 19th of January, we start with your first house transit, your solo first house, and that's a big deal for you guys. So you really want to be rested for that experience. Now, if we have a look at the rest of the chart itself, on the 3rd of January, which is happening, well, it's already happened actually from this recording, we've got Venus entering Pisces. Okay, as you can see over there, Venus is now entering the constellation Pisces, which is your solar second house. And Mercury is moving into Sagittarius, as you can see there. Now, Mercury has been in Capricorn. It was in your 12th house, but it's now moved into Sagittarius or back into Sagittarius and also your solar 11th house because it is retrograde. So for you, I would say that a lot of this Mercury retrograde's been about what type of social associations do you associate yourself with, basically. Who are your friends? What type of people support your ideals and aspirations and visions of who and what you represent yourself? So with Mercury being in a retrograde motion and doing the whole Mercury thing, the Mercury retrograde thing, which is recapping whatever the last 3 months has been for you on a mental stage, the experience of just knowing where people can help you out in groups will come into obviously contact again for you. Now, for everybody, of course, Saturn is situated very closely to Mercury during this period of time. And in fact, Saturn would have, or should I say Mercury would have already crossed this area during the last 3 months. So, we're dealing with a lot of Saturn stuff as well. And for you guys, that's in your solar 11th house. So naturally speaking, the emotional growth, the emotional limitations and boundaries, the experiences of restriction and reality being very much grounded into focus, that process has also got to do with the friends group, your associations. Who do you, again, like I said, who do you belong to that validates you? Okay. So I wouldn't be surprised if you find yourself being restricted by friends or even changing friends groups or even finding yourself wanting to explore different types of creative expressions. Okay. And for you, Aquarius sun sign in itself, this is natural for you to feel very connected to your friends because that's your natural house, right? The 11th house is your ruling house and it's the archetype of Aquarius. So, this is a big deal for you with Saturn transiting that 11th house, and Mercury, of course, is playing a big role in bringing some of those thought processes back into the spectrum for you, right? Where do you belong? Now, with Venus moving into Pisces, you can see that it's making and joining this huge party of South Node, Neptune, Chiron, and Mars over there as well. So there's a huge party going on in your solar second house, which of course, again, has very much to do with your relationship with your finances, your abundance, what you consider to be valuable, where are your resources. So this is a big theme for you. And of course, how you're going to be investing for your future is very much going to be at the forefront of your consciousness at this stage. Okay. So with the fact that Venus and Mars is moving into this area and have been there for a while, it has been personalizing more of the transpersonal planets, which are Neptune, Chiron, and of course the abstract South Node. Okay. Now let's have a look at what's going on also around the chart. So we go over to the 8th of January and Mercury goes direct, which is amazing. But I want to show you guys something just before Mercury goes direct. As you can see there, it's stationary direct. Look here. Uranus connects with the moon. The sun connects with Pluto. And so those are big transits taking place just before Mercury goes direct, which means that as that Mercury stations and moves direct, the insights that are going to come through you from that day are naturally going to be associated with whatever manifests from these more outer planetary experiences. So, the 7th and 8th of January are going to be very interesting days for us. And the build up to that experience is probably going to be one of, new direction, wanting to feel that there's time to act in some way, shape or form. but not necessarily having the full capacity to want to do it yet. So it's kind of like, this is how I'm feeling at this stage. Now, as that takes place, we move over to the 12th of Jan, and we have the full moon that takes place in Cancer. Okay, so you've got 22 degrees full moon, 22 degrees Sun, 20 degrees Aries, Uranus, and 22 degrees Libra, Jupiter. And you can see that there's a huge T square that's taking place in the chart, right? Cardinal square. And that is the energy pattern that's going to initiate the change that was manifesting with Mercury stationary and moving direct. Does that make sense? So it's like the thoughts process is coming to place, and then the change happens with the full moon. All right. And just before the full moon, actually on the 8th of January, I'm actually having a webinar, and I'm going to be talking about the year of 2017 there. So if you're interested in wanting to participate, in the description below is a link to join and sign up for that experience. Okay. Right. So the next big event that's going to be taking place for us really is now Mercury entering Capricorn, as you can see there, back into your 12th house. And that's going to kind of now bring into focus more of what this latter end of January is going to be about. Okay. So we go over to the 19th of January. And as you can see over here, actually just before this takes place, so you can see the sun is at 28 degrees Capricorn. Look at there's a moon connecting to Jupiter, and it's also then obviously making a strong connection towards Uranus at this stage, and it's going to be also in conjuncting Mars. So this is another opportunity where the final insights and final push towards liberation and freedom and new direction will be taking place just before the sun actually enters Aquarius. So on the 19th, 20th of January, the sun's going to enter Aquarius, and that's where we're going to find ourselves going, right, this is what it means to be free of these expectations and obligations and limitations that we've been experiencing since the beginning of December. So the latter end of January is breaking free and liberating ourselves, and obviously the beginning phase of an entirely new evolutionary direction for you guys, a new solar cycle that's going to be manifesting. And if we go over to the 27th of January, we'll start to notice that there's a new moon that's taking place for us in Aquarius, of course, for you guys. And just before that new moon takes place, again, synchronicity, Moon, Mercury, Pluto, all in a huge, beautiful connection over there, bringing into focus again the final layer of energy pattern that will initiate the new moon on the 28th of January, 27th, 28th of January, which is freedom, right? Liberation. So we end 2016 with this like lull and frustration and this desire to want to liberate. And on the 28th of January, 1 month later, as it were, we get that final push to say, right, we're done. And Mars enters Aries, which is its own sign, and this initiates the new direction. So we're going from restriction to liberation in January, okay? All right, my friends, have a fantastic month, and I'll speak to you soon. Don't forget the webinar that's taking place on the 8th of January. In the description is a link to join with that, okay? Take care. Bye-bye.